And welcome back to part 21 of Neptunia VIIR, where after getting Zestorun and unfortunately not being able to get Gefallichstern as much as I really want it, we're going to continue our hunt of trying to find our younger sisters Rom and Ram. Because they're still missing, and they're children, and you don't want children to be missing. But as this next textbook is about to tell us, a few days have passed, a few days later, still haven't found them. I hope they're doing alright. These are the goods we collected from the quest, do they look correct? Yes, definitely. Thanks, Blarney. I know this isn't much, but... Not necessary. I don't need it. I just happened to find it in the cave I went to for a different quest. Oh, but... If Blarney says it's alright, I'd take her up on that offer. I see. Thanks for always helping, Blarney. If you're ever in trouble, just call me over. You're so kind-hearted, Blarney. If you don't get your contingency fees though, the guild will yell at us again though. I just happened to find that if I gave him what I wanted on hand, then I didn't actually do the quest. That's called splitting hairs. Well, if you're fine with it, I guess it's alright. But I don't recommend spoiling them just because they seem poor. It doesn't matter to me if they're rich or poor. I don't need a reason to help people in need. Huh? I don't think I could ever look at the world the way you do, Blarney. Besides, it's my fault Louis ever even ended up like this way. Did you say something? Nothing. Oh, Blarney, take these some fruits I picked up from home if you'd like. Thank you. Hey there, Blarney, thanks for the help earlier. Perfect timing. Have some candy. Thank you. Oh, hey, it's the Golden Pair over there on a quest again today. We are, but don't call us that. You guys are famous amongst us hunters. The rookie Blarney and the veteran Seisha, both of you make the Golden Pair. Since when did we start getting treated like a pair? It's okay, isn't it, Golden Pair? It has a nice ring to it. I don't really think it does. But you really are popular, Blarney. It must be because of all your help. I may be helping, but I'm not trying to become famous or anything. Oh, I know. I also know that wanting to help out fellow people makes you suited to be a hunter. You're not getting anything by complimenting me. Come on, let's hurry and go. Are you embarrassed? Shut up. So that's a yes. Oh yeah, it was at this point that I remembered. Oh yeah, right, the side quests. We were talking about the guild or the guide or whatever. And it's like, we should probably actually like bank these in because the credits you get for it. This part of the game is a lifesaver. If you want to get a lot of skills real quickly, you want to be using these. And I also take the opportunity to get some investment going, because as the same with Blarn, I get everything to level 1. I don't really commit to doing it too much else beyond here. Like, I haven't recorded into Act 3 yet, so maybe in Act 3 I'll put a bit more into them. But as it stands, I've no real desire to do much of them, because the rewards are selectively worth it. One of them gives you new healing items or special items in the shop that's exclusive to though, and most of them you can do without. One of them just gives you like weapons to make, which is great, but with keep in mind that the weapons you make are affected by your technology rank, and so it doesn't really mean that much until you're in post game and you can start manually boosting the technology rank, because in the main adventure technology goes up with the plot. And because it's 4 different episodes, it's why we haven't seen technology level up at all, because it's just 4 stories going on at the same time. Once we've done all 4, technology will go up. And then the last one is just a little cutscene, and then you get something new to craft. Usually starting out with a CPU set. That was the words I was looking for. To make, so you can give your goddesses new armor sets. One for each nation. There's one in Zero Dimension that will give you a set for Uzume, and I believe there's one more in the dimension we've yet to explore, which will be in the 3rd act of the game, but I can't remember who that's actually for, the stuff you get from it. Also, we get this little interesting cutscene here. It's an optional scene. It's Seisha and Blarn cooking together, and it ends up attracting enemies. And then they beat up the enemies, and then get the food. I'll dab this generously on. What the hell's that? Oh shoot, it's probably some dangerous monsters with very empty stomachs. Yep, just like the guild's info said, the monsters in this area all love meat. Why, you knew that and you just casually started roasting meat? Master roasting my ass? I couldn't help it, Blarney. My appetite was consuming me. You gotta be kidding me! Save getting angry at me for when we've taken care of these guys. We? You don't do shit, Seisha. KO! You win! Just kidding. Now then, time to take our spoils. They say tails are best when they're freshly cut, after all. It's over. I'm a mess all over. How could you be so energetic, Seisha? I've decided I'm not going to partner with you ever again. Don't say that. I'll give you the rare items that pulled out the monster and make it up to you. I don't need it. Why are you angry? Oh, I get it. We were in the middle of lunch before this. Do you still want to eat some delicious meat? I don't need it. When I prepare some succulent roasted meat for you, Blarney. Okay. I love Blanche's stubbornness. We can't gather much information on Rom and Ram, huh? Yeah, but I hope they're both alright. Lots of people have seen them, so at least know they're safe. I guess there's no use in rushing. Let's look for more information. You seem all calm and collected, but I know the truth, you know. Every night you look at a picture of Rom and Ram and wish for their safety. What? You bitch! You were watching! Of course, jeez, we're in the same room. You really do love your younger sisters, don't you? Don't give me that bullshit! Have you told anyone about this? Oh yeah, fine time to finally shut your mouth! If you've told anyone, I won't let you off easy! I'll be hurrying on and then. See you later, Blarney. Oh, by the way, this is photo evidence. What the hell did... Hey, come back here! Ah, dear. Right, there's nowhere else to check, so we need to kind of run over after her as she heads back towards the dead end of a field over here. Blarney was so terrifying. I'm glad I left the city when I did. Who knows what would have happened if I stuck around. Hey, Seisha, I finally caught up with you. Whoa, how did you... Now, hand over that photo so I can give you a nice stern disciplining. Calm down now, Blarney. You're going to wrinkle that cute face of yours. Like I freaking care! This is bad. I never thought I'd be shaking from someone's bloodthirsty aura. Urgh. Monsters? Alright, nice timing. Don't interfere! This is just a basic encounter to give Blanche some breathing room. There are quite a few enemies here, so I felt for the sake of safety of, you know, we're still fighting alone, I have Blarney transform. Which unfortunately means you don't get to see a cool colour scheme costume from last time as we go into her goddess form, where she remembers her name's Whiteheart, so of course she should be dressed in all white. I say that I like the blue hair. I think like if they made her completely pale white from top to toe, I think it wouldn't be as interesting. So the fact they have the blue hair and like the blue blade sort of thing, I think it's a nice contrast to her colour scheme. As we use the stone. Oh, she didn't say it that time. I wanted to say Zerstorun on one of these, just so that I can confirm that I do know how to pronounce Zerstorun. Well, this also gives me my chance to highlight just how much of a heavy hitter tank Blanche is. As I said, she doesn't have the highest damage output of the game, but she is pretty goddamn powerful and has a ridiculously good defense to back it up. Like, she's almost a necessity in the team. The moment we get, once all the episodes are done, I kind of make sure to keep Blanche in the team regardless of where we are, because Blanche's just too much of a power player to not have around, kind of thing. We managed somehow. Don't think I'd end up fighting monsters after chasing you, Seisha. Wait, Seisha's not here. Did she get away? Phew, I got away somehow, but still, what to do with this photo? How long do you plan on fooling around? Oh, it's you, Anceleb. I'm not fooling around or anything right now. I'm doing my best to gather info, and... Your impertinence is not needed. Most importantly, when will you get rid of her? Oh, about that, I'm working on it my own way. You said the same thing a couple days ago, but don't think the same excuse will continue to work forever, Seisha. She's not weak, you know. She doesn't give me a lot of openings. I tried jumping on her while she was sleeping, and I got kicked aside. Good. Although, Seisha, I do think you should choose your words more carefully, talking about jumping on her at night. It doesn't really matter, but does it look like you're not good with that sort of talk? Oh, do you not have any experience? Ooh, that has no current relevancy. If you don't want this matter exposed, you better fulfill your role. Fucking hell, Sisha. Oh, no, it's getting harder to pull the wool over his eyes. And yeah, Anzaleb is this episode's side villain, sort of like how we had that Order woman in Noir's episode, and just like don't like them. They're just really horrible people, but they're just shit assholes. It's probably better if you talked about this person instead of me. Come in. Pardon me, nice to meet you. My name is Financier. That took a second. So you're Lady Blanc. I've heard all about you from Lady Sisha. If I may start, will you please listen to my request? Request? What about Rom and Ram? Well, you'll see once you've listened. I wish to ask if you could search for 2 girls that have gone missing. I have a very bad feeling about this. The 2 girls that have gone missing are the 2 you are searching for, Rom and Ram. What do you mean they're missing? I have requested monster extermination from them since they're hunters, but they don't seem to have returned, so I became extremely anxious, and then Lady Sisha appeared. I happened to meet her while gathering information on the 2. I understand the situation. Tell me the place where the monsters are. I'll go there. You'll accept my request? Thank you. Rom and Ram are my precious sisters. Of course I'll go save them. I swear I'll find them. Thank you so much. Please find them. I'm guessing they just told Blanc off screen.
Alright.
Anyway, I believe this is the Hex Grasslands we're entering now.
Let's do our best.
Yeah. I noticed the text in tiny in the bottom centre. Yeah, Hex Grasslands. Welcome to the smallest dungeon in the game. You click that red portal, you click that blue one, you've done. I'm not kidding, that blue portal puts you right in front of the end of the dungeon. You can have this dungeon done in 10 seconds flat. You don't have to fight any enemies. That blue portal just takes you straight to the end. I'm not going to do that, but even in spite of that, I'm not going to cut any fights because the dungeon only took up 3 minutes in recording time. I'm not kidding. Even when exploring this place out, the Hex Grasslands is ridiculously tiny. Like, it has no reason being as pathetically small as it is. And I end up having to grind a little off screen because there wasn't enough enemies in this dungeon to fulfill all the quest requirements in here. So I had to wait for enemies to respawn just so I could get the quest requirement. Because there's a bit monster, like one of those circular orb robot things. There's a bit monster in here and you have to kill, like, I think it's 6 of them. There's only 2 on the map. So when you kill both of them, you're waiting around for those 2 to respawn. And there's no extra rooms or extra floors. This is the entire thing. It's so ridiculous. And if you take this purple one, it just takes you down to this lower area of it that you can just take the stairs down to. Like, you can see them in the background there. These guys here, you need to kill 6 of them, and there's only 2. So I end up just leaving all the encounters in because otherwise it's only 3 minutes. Like, if I edited out the repeated fights in here, like, it's already going to be super short. Like, even you can skip this entire dungeon the moment you enter by just taking a right turn. And the reason why that works is because in the older games, because this is a returning dungeon, once again, your jump wasn't that high. Your jump wasn't as high as the default jump in 4. So you couldn't jump up to that teleporter. That teleporter was to quick travel back. And in this game, instead of just making it a one-way teleporter to stop you from using it, they just left it as is whilst keeping the increased jump. So you can just jump up there and it's done.
What's this?
I like the music though. It's proper old school, but I like it. It's one of the tracks that's returned from the older games that hasn't been re-recorded. It is the exact same track. Like, it's not like the tech space level or like the grasslands or like that cave from Act 1, you know, the one that had like the purplish dark colour scheme on it, where they re-recorded the music for it. This, like, the environmental theme here is just that. Look, and this is the yellow portal, so this takes you to the other bit of this section. So there's literally nowhere else to go but the end. We're done. So you're going to see a cut because it was me grinding the orbs. Yeah, see, there's the cut. It was me grinding the orbs so I had enough of the side quests.
Why are there so many You can't give up! Right now, we have to run! Ow! Ram?
I won't let you! Rom, Ram, are you alright?
Blonde? Oh, Blonde, we were looking for you!
Don't give me that, you dummy! Damn it! Why have you been wandering around? Don't you know this is dangerous?
We're sorry. We wanted to find you, and so we tried our hardest.
But even then,
We can catch up with them afterwards, Blondie. I get how you feel, but these monsters aren't going to wait for us to sort this all out.
yeah, you're right. I'll have to thank them for all the bullshit they've been putting my little sisters through.
But now we have Rom and Ram on our team, which can best be explained as two red mages, like from Final Fantasy. Like, both of them have access to magic.
Don't need to hold back.
The only thing is that Rom is slightly more leaning towards white magic, whilst Ram is slightly more leaning towards black magic. Like, when you start upgrading and spending more time with them, Rom will get more healing stuff, like more revives or full heal or status condition heals, whilst Ram will get more aggressive magic instead. But both of them do get some basic healing and basic black magic, so they are technically more red mages. They just lean in one direction over the other. Also, I like the theme that plays, but it almost never plays in this game. As we get Ram the Transformer as well. It took me a while. When I first went through the series, I kept on getting Rom and Ram muddled up, but I'm used to it now. If you ever get confused, Ram is the longer haired, more flamboyant one, and Rom is the shorter haired, quieter one. Or when they're in their goddess forms, Ram's pink, Rom is blue.
Rom. Yeah, everyone together.
Right, this animation's real cute, and it's like you get this little like jiggle of the legs when she gets ready to batter up. But I've always had a bit of an issue with the very start of this animation. Like when Rom tilts her head, then kisses like Ram's forehead. She looks like a fucking robot when she tilts her head. Like, next time it uses it, look, I'll just rewind the footage and have a look and you'll see what I mean. The moment the animation starts, she twitches her head to the side and it looks so fucking weird. Actually, I think I'm going to use it again. Oh no, I'll go for Ice Coffin.
Ice coffin.
But Rom and Ram are the best magic users you can get in the game. You just have to adjust to the fact that they work at their best when they're together. If you have one just on their own, you'll notice they don't have a counter. They don't have something to counter off each other to stop enemies from exploiting. So you need to keep an eye on that.
I won't go easy.
But I do love Rom and Ram. When I first started the series, I really couldn't stand Ram. I found her just really goddamn annoying. Rom's just adorable. But Ram I really struggled with, but I've grown to appreciate them. It's the same with the entire Neptunia cast. There were a couple that I didn't really click with that I just grew to like as time went on.
Live for eternity in an ice coffin.
Like Uni was another one I wasn't particularly 100% keen on right from the get-go, but now I think she's one of, if not the best of the little sisters.
Annoying. You are finished.
If it wasn't for the fact that Netgear just gets more screen time, Uni probably would be the most developed character in this in the series as a whole, to be honest. Anyway, we got a pretty fun cutscene coming up.
Jeez, what feudal resistance?
It should be safe here now. I'll keep a lookout, so go ahead.
Blonde. Blonde. We really wanted to see you. Blonde.
Oh, my babies, I'm so glad you're safe. Did you think I was gonna say that, you little idiots? Don't be so damn reckless. Becoming hunters and then ending up in this situation?
But we thought if we became hunters, we'd be able to get back to where you were.
Even then, don't you know your own limits? If you were unlucky, you two might have...
Sorry for cutting in, but you became a hunter because you wanted to find these two, right? The way I see it, you're not really in a position to be scolding them like that.
Huh? You're a hunter too? I didn't know.
Ugh. That's true, but
You were worried about them too, so why not just admit that you're happy to see them?
Blonde?
Fine, I got it. Have you two learned your lesson?
Yeah, we have. We won't do dangerous things like that ever again. All right. I'll forgive you this time. Yay! Thank you, Blonde! I'm glad you two are all right. I'm really, really glad you're both okay. We're sorry. We just really wanted to find you. We couldn't sit still thinking that you might disappear again. It's fine. I understand. You're injured, so let's go clean up your wounds. Okay.
All's well that ends well, it seems.
Ron, who is this person? I'll explain while we walk back. It's gonna be a long story. Okay.
Blana's a big sister is something that really never gets old in this series, whether it's the anime or the games themselves. Also, we unlocked another little dungeon over there, the Reload Grasslands. We got that from the scouts.
Your choice, I
When we were sending up the scouts, or they discovered an optional dungeon, but we can't access it yet because they kind of keep you enclosed into the episode until you've done them all. So those optional dungeons, we'll get to them later on, just not yet. Oh, I'm just glad you two are all right. You're both injured though. I'll tend to your injuries right away. Please come with me. Please take care of them. Is it all right to leave them with her? You could take care of their wounds. I'm not good at treating injuries. Oh, I see. Well then, it'd be rude of me to get in the way of sisters, so I guess I'll be leaving. Well, why don't you stay a little longer? You just got back. What are you saying? I was only going to be your partner until you found your sisters. Ah, I remember now. You're right. Now that we found them, there's no reason for us to be together. Thank you, Sisha. I was able to find them safe and sound because of you. You don't need to thank me. It was pretty fun. To be honest, it wasn't bad to have a partner. I'm going to return the favor, eventually. You'll always be able to rely on me. Got it. I'll call you when that time comes. Please do. See you, Blarney. And that heartfelt goodbye is immediately ruined because the moment we go into the next cutscene, she didn't really fucking leave. She just kind of was like, yeah, bye for today. I'm back tomorrow. And as you look, as we scroll through Rom and Ram's set, oh my days, they are mad mages. Like I said, Rom is more healing focused, which is why there's a lot of greens you're seeing here. But she still does get a few attacks with like EF Blizzard and Ice Cube. But you go to Ram and there's more aggressive stuff in there and less healing, like Absolute Zero, Zundan, Wind, Freyan. Oh no, sure, she's got one for every element, so she is a complete red mage. She has access to every elemental spell. Unfortunately, we can't get Gefalishtan. Also, Blanc kinda gets a shit ton of counter attacks. You can see a Physic Counselor, Magic Counselor, and then N and Swy at the bottom there. They are worth getting. Not really for now, but Blanc's got all these extra counters for a good reason, so get a good use out of them, kind of thing. If she can tank it like nobody else, might as well make the most of it. Anytime you see me quickly check the weapon equipment before going back to skills, it's seeing what weapon types they are. Like to see if they're hit focused, power focused, or
Now I can rest.
whatever, enchant focused, whatever the red one was. Well, I see, so you two both worked really hard, huh? Yeah, totally, we defeated a bunch of monsters for quests. There were times we ran away, but we tried our best. That's amazing, you're still so small and able to do all of that. You have bright futures ahead of you. Why are you here again? Oh, Blarney, morning, sleep well? Why have you been coming to my room every day since then? I'm just sitting in a weird mood without you around, Blarney. Fine, do whatever you want. Rom and Ram seem to have gotten to test you for some reason too. That's a horrible thing to say. It's obviously a result of me coming here every day. Don't you have something else to do? Well, yeah, but I'm taking it easy. I understand how you feel. I'd be alright with being able to live a while just reading books all day. I think I get it now. Maybe the reason we get along well is because our natures are similar. Don't put me in the same category as you. Also, I have a question for you. Do you remember doodling on my manuscript at all? Doodling? What are you talking about? I kept my manuscripts in a locked drawer, but if someone was able to pick the lock, they took my manuscripts and doodled all over it. Oh, weird. Blonde, don't I strike you as being too old for that kind of behaviour? Sorry, guess not, but who broke the lock? Who is it? Oh, Lady Blonde, it's been a while. Financier, what's up? Another request? I've come today because I wish to discuss something that's been on my mind. Could you please come to the house of the person I'm serving? I guess that's alright. Who's the person you're serving? I'm very sorry, I'm not allowed to tell you. No need to apologise. I suppose you're not at liberty to talk about that. I'll be going out, so you two better behave. Okay, Rom, Seisha and I will watch over the room. We'll quietly play some games. Popular as usual, Blarney. Leave these two to me. I'll play with them in your stead. Rom and Ram have left. Please wait here for a moment, Lady Blonde. Who could it be? I apologise for keeping you waiting. My name is Anzaleb, and yes, that is a retarded name. And I'm the one that will bring revolution to this corrupted Louis. Revolution? That's right, a revolution! It is my mission to correct the gross distortion of Louis. Distortion? Do you remember? Yes, I do remember. Louis' CPU, Lady Whiteheart. I'm speechless. I didn't think anyone here remembered me. Only a small portion of the populace do. We still don't know why Louis has become like this. But as one who still has memories of days past, I was hoping to correct these aberrations. Aberrations? Are you talking about the license system? Right you are, Lady Whiteheart. Such a system should not exist. However, I lack the power to do so. That is why I wish to borrow your strength, Lady Blanc. My strength? I heard the details from Financier. Despite your low shares, you are still quite powerful. Please lend me that strength so that we can reclaim Louis from the grips of such an outrageous leader. You're trying to use me as your tool, knowing that I'm Louis' CPU. I'm aware of how rude it sounds, however, I wish to save those who are pained by the wealth gap. I understand completely. I'll lend you my aid. Thank you. Then, could I immediately request to investigate Seisha? What? How do you mean? Seisha is the one who rules over Louis. What? It is natural to be shocked, however, this is definite information that we have obtained. It can't be, Seisha. But it's not completely impossible. Seisha is a member of the Gold Third who defeated the CPU, so she may be ruling over Louis now. As difficult as it is to believe, this is truth, and also Seisha bears a secret. From the information I was given, she is the one behind the creation of delusionary monsters. That can't be possible. That is why I'd like you to investigate thoroughly to see if this is true. And if it is, I would ask you to correct this abnormality of your own bare hands. Are you telling me to kill Seisha? If you don't, the damage will spread and the citizens will suffer. Are you alright with that? Sorry, but let me think about this for a little longer. I understand how you feel. You've been travelling with her. She's earned your trust. It's difficult to make an immediate decision. But please decide by the next time we meet. Things are about to change, Lady Whiteheart. The day of revolution is not far away. What a dick! Anyway, next time on Neptunia VIIR, we'll see the outcome of this upcoming development. But until then, you guys take care now.
Seisha would never make such ridiculous rules. Seisha, I need to talk to you. Could you come with me for a second?
What's the matter?
Just follow me. Rom, Ram, don't come out of this room for a while, okay?
What's wrong, Blonde? You're making your scary face.
Don't worry about it. Just stay here quietly until we come back. Let's go, Seisha.
Blonde, Seisha, what happened?
I don't know, but we should probably stay put. Blonde seemed real serious about it, too. We don't have to worry about being overheard here, so be frank with me, alright?
Sure.
I heard from a certain someone that you're the current leader of Louis, and that you're part of Gold Third.
Oh, you want to talk to me about this, huh? Yeah, that's right. I'm the Gold Third of Louis, although I'm not exactly a ruler or anything.
So, it was true. Why didn't you tell me before?
I really feel sorry about that, but you're a CPU and I'm part of Gold Third.
You did remember me, this whole time.
At first, I was trying to atone for my sins. I don't know why, but because we defeated you and the other CPUs, the world changed. I tried to bring it up so many times, but as I got closer and closer to you, it just got that much harder to come clean about it.
Then, the story about you creating all those delusionary monsters.
You heard about that too? Where did you even get that information?
From your reaction, I'm assuming it must be true, right?
Yeah, it's true. I was hiding it for my own advantage. Where do I begin? At some point, I started having strange dreams. Or, I guess they were more like nightmares. Ever since I started seeing them, a strange dark red fog would leak from my body.
What? From your body? Are you sick or something?
It's rare for you to worry about me. Thanks, but the fog seems benign. Since I had no idea what it was, I thought it might have some effect on other people. I've been leaving the city to release it. Since I started releasing the fog, it stopped leaking out of me. But that was a bad idea. More monsters started going berserk, and these monsters were directly influenced by the fog.
Those are the delusionary monsters.
Exactly. I became a hunter so I could reduce the number somewhat. I feel like it's solely my responsibility.
You seem pretty half-assed about it, considering.
Well, nobody can stay sharp forever. I think that's about it, though. That's the story. Anything else you want to ask me?
There's one thing that doesn't add up. When was the license system created? Because you most likely started ruling over Louis after you guys defeated us. But, even though it hasn't been that long, the system is so deeply rooted in the culture. It's so normalized with the citizens here.
That's actually something I don't get either. That day when the light subsided, the world truly changed. It was as if Gold Third had always been in power over the nations. The license system was already binding this nation, as if it had been decided from years ago within Louis' government. But there's definitely someone else who created the system. That's why I've been searching for this elusive ruler, to abolish it.
Can't you use your authority to find them and abolish the system?
I can't do that when all I have is this flimsy title. Besides, there's a rumor that Gold Third created the system, so it'd just make it worse.
Sisha.
Now I've told you everything that was hidden. It's your turn now, Blani. Where did you get this information from? This contact of yours knows way more than they should.
The person who gave me this information is...
There's no need to tell her.
What are these people?
Sisha, we will restrain you.
What's the meaning of this?
Well done, Lady Blonde. We are the Revolutionary Army. Our master is waiting.
What's going on here?
We took the liberty of recording your entire conversation. We were able to record solid evidence of Sisha being the source of Louis' chaos.
Why?
This is all thanks to you, Lady Blonde. Our master will surely reward you quite generously.
Blani, you sold me out? All for a reward?
No, I didn't know about this either.
Then why are members of the Revolutionary Army calling you lady?
Sisha, it's a misunderstanding. You guys better let go of Sisha right now.
We cannot do that. Take her away.
Blani, I seriously thought you were a good partner.
Sisha! Ugh, let me go!
I cannot. That woman is dangerous.
Just let me go, you bastard!
Please, calm down, Lady Blonde.
Aznaleb, you worthless scum! How dare you lie to me!
Lie to you? Whatever do you mean? I only requested you investigate her. Isn't it you who expertly performed that task, Lady Blonde?
Bastard! You tricked me! I'll smash your face in!
Can you do such a thing? Are you able to hurt the soldiers who protect me? Your citizens?
Damn it!
Now then, Lady Blonde. Until next we meet.
Sisha, I'm so sorry. I'll save you. Just hold on a little longer.